The relationship between America and Europe continues to collapse rapidly. Right off the bat, the European Union no longer considers the United States to be a like-minded country anymore, with the president of the EU saying if they create deeper partnerships with like-minded countries such as the UK, Norway, or Canada, their potential would be limitless. Right? And notably, there's a big American-sized hole in that speech, so she was asked about it and said she thinks America is still an ally, but that everything is now transactional to America. A statement that many described as a jab or a stab. Right? And that because people have pointed out that the US and EU have a lot of transactional allies such as Saudi Arabia or India. Right? And so what the EU's doing here is tossing the US into that category. Though it's really not a surprise or maybe even a cheap shot, because Trump has threatened to take Greenland, threatened the EU with tariffs, and delivered a huge blow to the NATO alliance last week. And so you've got a lot of experts asking just how far relations between the US and Europe can possibly fall. Though the answer, at least part of it, may lie inside of a different question, which is how far have they already fallen? Right? Poland's now looking to obtain nuclear weapons and build a 500,000 man army, which would make them the largest non-Ukrainian army in Europe and one of the largest in the world. And in addition to exploring their nuclear options, they'll also be looking at what they called modern unconventional weapons, which some have taken to mean chemical and biological weapons. And you had Prime Minister Tusk saying Poles will not adopt the philosophy that we are completely powerless and helpless if President Trump has decided to adjust policy. Right? Notably, Poland's been described as Little America, right? They're the most pro-American country in the world. I mean, among other things, they spend nearly 5% of their GDP on defense. They buy almost exclusively American weapons. Hell, last month, the president of Poland proposed naming a military base Fort Trump in an effort to prevent American troop withdrawal from the country. They've seemingly been dedicated to being America's friend, but Tusk's speech now suggests they're not confident in America anymore. For now, follow to stay in the loop.